You'll never hear this from a dealership, but the SUV you pick today could decide whether you save thousands of dollars over the next decade or whether you get trapped in a financial nightmare you can't escape. Some SUVs are built to last twice as long, with half the repair bills. Others? They'll bleed you dry with surprise breakdowns, inflated warranties, and insurance premiums that make no sense. I've been under the hood of both, the winners and the disasters. And in this video, I'm not just giving you another bland list. I'm taking you into the psychology of ownership, into the real-world stories of families, commuters, and off-road junkies who discovered, sometimes the hard way, which SUVs were built to survive. And I promise you this, if you click away, you'll miss the one SUV that might be the smartest financial decision you'll ever make. So let's start where most people least expect. The Acura MDX. When people think luxury, they think German badges, BMW, Mercedes, Audi. But let me hit you with a reality check. Those names come with hidden costs you won't feel until it's too late. The MDX flips that script. Built by Honda's luxury division, it delivers comfort, features, and prestige, but without the breakdown roulette. Repair costs? Around $590 a year. That's less than half what you'd be paying to keep a German luxury SUV alive. And owners aren't just cruising past 100,000 miles, they're going beyond 150,000 with barely a whisper from the engine or transmission. One MDX owner told me he only started hearing suspension creaks at 210,000 miles. Think about that. That's past the lifespan where most BMW X5s are already begging for their third water pump. It's not just reliability, it's psychological relief. When you drive an MDX, you're not waiting for the dashboard to light up like a Christmas tree. You're not terrified of the service advisor calling with a $5,000 surprise. You're in control. And the crazy part? It shares parts with regular Hondas. That means if something does go wrong, you're not paying luxury tax prices. Now, if you want premium comfort without premium headaches, the MDX is your quiet weapon. But if you think that's the safest SUV you can buy, you're dead wrong. Because then we have the Toyota Corolla Cross. Don't laugh at the name. It may sound small, but here's the trick. Toyota took the DNA of the world's best-selling car, the Corolla, and gave it SUV practicality. That means durability is baked in at the factory level. The Corolla Cross starts at $23,000, tops out at $30,000. And yet, Repair Pal pegs annual maintenance at just $450. That's pocket change in the SUV world. Owners are routinely pushing these past 200,000 miles, with nothing more than oil changes, brake pads, and tires. I know a rideshare driver who swears by his Corolla Cross. He clocks 50,000 miles a year, and at 180,000, the thing still drives like new. He said, and I quote, "I'll probably sell it when I'm bored, not when it's broken." That's Toyota reliability in action. And let me give you a pattern break here. While flashy EVs are losing 40% of their value in 2 years, the Corolla Cross is holding strong. Resale is rock solid, and insurance companies love it because repair costs are so low. You want affordable peace of mind? This is it. But don't get too comfortable because the next SUV is the one families are betting their futures on. Enter the Honda Pilot. This is the SUV you buy when your family outgrows the sedan, but you refuse to throw your paycheck into a mechanic's pocket. It seats up to 8. Costs about $41,000 to start. And yet, annual repair bills hover around $500. I've met owners who push their Pilots past 250,000 miles with nothing but regular servicing. Try doing that in a Volkswagen Atlas. You won't make it. And here's the kicker. The Pilot is one of those SUVs that doesn't just last. It holds its value. Even after 5 years, it keeps nearly half its original price. That's because buyers know what it is, a safe bet. Now, you could stop here and already have a reliable garage list. But if you did, you'd miss the SUVs that push reliability into legend territory. Take the Subaru Outback. This one's tricky. People either love it or laugh at it. But let me tell you something. If you deal with snow, mud, or long commutes, this thing is a financial guardian angel. All-wheel drive is standard. Reliability is borderline boring. It just works. Repair bills? About $600 a year. I've watched Outbacks roll into the shop with 220,000 miles on the clock, still on their original drivetrain. No drama. No catastrophic failures. Just a little wear and tear from people using them exactly as they were built to be used, everywhere. The Outback is freedom in SUV form. It's for the driver who doesn't want weather, terrain, or distance dictating their life. It's peace of mind that your car will keep up with you, not slow you down. But don't get too sentimental, because the next SUV takes reliability and slaps a luxury badge on it. The Lexus NX. Luxury SUVs usually spell doom for your wallet. But Lexus isn't most. Built with Toyota's DNA, the NX blends comfort with dependability like almost no other luxury brand. Annual repair costs? Just $570. Less than some non-luxury SUVs. I've seen NXs sail past 180,000 miles with zero major repairs. Owners talk about how boring their service history is, and trust me, that's the highest compliment in the car world. The NX isn't flashy. It isn't trying to impress you with fragile tech gimmicks. It's about quiet confidence, but if you're looking for something tougher, something built for the battlefield of rocks, trails, and decades of abuse, you're going to want to see this next one, the Toyota 4Runner. This isn't just an SUV, it's a tank in disguise. Yes, it's more expensive up front. Starts around $42,000, climbs past $50,000. But what you get in return is a vehicle that will outlast your patience. Annual repairs? About $500. That's shockingly low for something built body on frame, with genuine off-road chops. And I've seen 4Runners with 300,000 miles, still running their original engines. No rebuilds, no catastrophes, just relentless reliability. And here's where it gets psychological. The 4Runner doesn't just save you money while you own it. It saves you money when you sell it. After 5 years, it still retains over 60% of its value. That's better than some luxury SUV straight off the showroom floor. Think about that. You could drive it for half a decade and lose less in depreciation than your neighbor loses in 2 years on a fancy EV. But maybe you want something with even more polish. Something that combines that legendary Toyota reliability with Lexus luxury. That's where the Lexus GX comes in. Built on the Land Cruiser platform, this SUV is practically indestructible. Owners routinely pass 250,000 miles, sometimes 300,000, and they'll tell you it feels like it's just warming up. Annual maintenance? About $770. Sounds high compared to compact crossovers. But for a luxury SUV with off-road DNA, it's a bargain. The GX is proof you can have your cake and eat it too. Luxury, off-road grit, longevity, and resale value that embarrasses the competition. But maybe luxury isn't what you're after. Maybe you want sleek style, sporty handling, and long-term dependability without premium costs. That's the Mazda CX-5. This is the SUV that proves affordable can feel luxurious. Sharp handling, stylish design, yet the repair bills? Around $500 a year. Owners push these past 200,000 miles, and the engines just keep ticking. The CX-5 is like that friend who never brags but always shows up when you need them. And while the Germans want to charge you double for the same driving feel, Mazda gives it to you without the drama. But if you want the SUV that blends everyday practicality with near-bulletproof reliability, let me bring in a giant, the Toyota RAV4. This SUV is everywhere for one reason. It works. Year after year, it tops sales charts. And not because Toyota spends billions on ads. It's because people buy them, keep them, and then buy another one when the first finally gives up, 15 years later. Annual maintenance? Around $500. Hybrids? Even better. Toyota's eCVT system is practically indestructible. The RAV4 isn't about flash. It's about making sure you're never stranded, never panicked, never bleeding cash at the repair shop. But if you think this is the peak of reliability, you're still missing the one SUV that wears the crown. The Honda CR-V. This is it, the gold standard. Starting around $31,000, topping out at $42,000, it's not just affordable, it's absurdly cheap to keep alive. Repair costs? Just $410 a year, lowest in its entire segment. CR-V owners don't talk about breakdowns. They talk about memories, road trips, decades of use, passing the car down to their kids. I know one CR-V that hit 300,000 miles with nothing more than standard maintenance. The owner's biggest complaint? The seats were worn out before the engine was. This is the SUV that dealerships don't want you to know about, because it doesn't generate money for their service departments. It doesn't create warranty drama. It doesn't make you trade in early. It just works. And that's why it's last on this list. Because it's the one SUV that has quietly saved more families, more money, than almost anything else on the road. But before you run out and sign papers, let me arm you with one final weapon: the hidden traps of SUV ownership. Extended warranties? Dealers mark them up by 100%. Always check the provider directly. Insurance? Complexity drives premiums, not just safety ratings. That advanced bumper radar? It can double your claim costs. CVTs? Some are reliability killers. Stick to proven automatics or Toyota's hybrid eCVT. Hybrid risks: batteries last, inverters don't. Keep them maintained. Depreciation: EVs and luxury hybrids lose 35 to 50% of value in 2 years. Buy wisely. Here's the bottom line: most drivers focus on what to buy. The real money is saved by knowing how to own. Now you've got the knowledge. You know the SUVs built to go 200,000 miles and beyond. You know the traps waiting at the dealership. And you know which SUV, yes, the CR-V, might just be the smartest financial decision you'll ever make. So here's my ask. Don't let this knowledge go to waste. Hit subscribe. Because every week, I'm breaking down the myths dealerships feed you. Every week, I'm handing you the keys to save thousands. You'll never look at SUVs the same way again.